Coming in. What's good, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Man Gone podcast. I am one of the hosts of the Man Gone podcast, Fat Boy Chronicles. My other host, my other homie, my other partner, my bro for real is Mr. Humble King himself. So today we're gonna jump right into the topic. But before we do, just want to give a shout out to everybody that's been tuning in, everybody that's been checking out our podcast, that's been liking, sharing, doing all the things on here. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate everything that everybody's been doing. It's keeping the podcast going. It's keeping us going. It's keeping us, on other people's radar. So shout out to y'all for doing the likes and the shares and everything else. Appreciate the love. So today we're gonna jump into the topic of teenagers and why do teenagers feel like they're entitled and why they don't want to work as hard as we do or we did when we were coming up. It's funny because here's the thing with me when it comes to teenagers and the teenagers of today. To me, I'm learning how to try to deal with the teenagers of today because I really don't understand and I'm a little bit older. And my generation, we worked hard. We earned a lot of things we weren't necessarily given it. My first job, I was like 16 years old. I was doing uh landscaping, and I was doing I think another job I did landscaping and some other stuff, but that was like my first job. That's where I earned my own money. I had my own checks. I was buying my own school clothes and everything else. This was at 16 years old. My haircuts alone was like $100. So these are things that I was doing growing up. But nowadays, these kids are given everything. Their parents give them, unlimited access to the credit card, to buy whatever the hell they want. They, let them wear their hair any kind of way. They let them wear whatever kind of clothes they want to wear. It's almost like the parent is the friend now, as opposed to, being the parent, which is why the kids feel so entitled because they're already given everything. They don't have to work for it. They don't have to, uh, put in the sweat equity that we did when we were kids. And I get it. It's a totally different generation. It's a totally different crop of children out here. Technology is different. People in general are different. These are all things that, are different from the past where cell phones is an access thing. There was a time where you had to be it was a privileged thing to have a cell phone. Like nobody just had a cell phone. You had to literally be either rich or have it like that, or your parents had it like that for you to get a cell phone. Nowadays anybody could get a cell phone. A 5-year-old child, a 3-year-old child could have a cell phone right now. It's crazy. But again, this is why kids feel so entitled. This is why teenagers and young adults feel so entitled, because they don't have to work. They don't have to do anything. Also, they have easier access to money nowadays. They have the internet. They have YouTube. You could be a YouTuber overnight, have millions and millions of followers and millions of people checking out your podcast and whatever else that you're doing out there. Look on YouTube. There's kids. Gracie's Corner is a perfect example. A little girl who does nursery rhymes for kids, has millions of followers, so on and so forth. Miss Rachel, she does, things for kids as well, teaching them alphabets, how to talk, how to do certain things. She has millions of followers. So these type of things um have more access for children because of the simple fact of it's just easier for them to get on. It's easier for them to have these different things going on. And unfortunately with that, you get the entitlement. You get the kids that are uh not wanting to work. Also, let's just be honest, these kids are spoiled freaking brats. A lot of them. A lot of these teenage children are spoiled brats, and you can tell that they're spoiled brats and that they're used to getting their way and getting whatever they want because they become grown adult jerks. Uh, you know, and they turn into grown people that feel like they're entitled and feel like they should have the world handed to them and don't have to work for it. So I don't know. I try not to put too much emphasis on, the kids and um the teenagers and whatnot. I try not to, put them out there like that completely. However, uh I feel like at times, unfortunately, we gotta put this stigma on them because they kind of put it on themselves. Uh because they don't want to work hard, because they don't want to put in the equity and the sweat equity. Our parents did it. There was a time when technology wasn't so advanced and you had to get out there and work. A lot of our grandparents worked in the fields and did all kind of different odd jobs and things that they didn't want to do, but they ended up doing anyway because they had to make ends meet. Whereas these kids don't see that. They don't see a means to an end. They just look at like, well, I'm just gonna ask mommy and daddy to help me, or I'm gonna just, try to do this, that, and the third, or I'm gonna rob you, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, instead of them being like, okay, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and go, you know, try to do it the right way and try to do it the proper way. And
All right, beautiful people. I'm still driving, but I'm here.
appreciate you, bro.
Yo, welcome to the
Yeah,
Man Gone Party. I can go ahead and start now.
yeah. Go ahead, bro. We already into it already. We already into the talking and everything. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So you done did the introduction and everything
Yeah,
already.
we done did the introduction, player. Go ahead and put your 2 cents in.
Oh, okay, man. What I feel like, man, when I say teenagers feel entitled today, man, it's like, cause I ain't even gonna lie. I got little nieces and nephews and whatever, man, and it's like, for example, it's like it's little stuff like when we was coming up, bro, man. We had to earn everything, no matter if it was, and we had to earn our. I about to say we had to earn something to eat special from the restaurant, like Pizza Hut or something. No matter if it was for good grades, I'm about to say we had to earn everything that was given to us, man. And it's like the kids today, man. No matter if it was chores, if we had chores to do. If something needs to be done around the house, and your parents don't have to tell you, then yeah, that's what I'm about to say, man. You felt like you earned it, man. You felt some type of like, how can I put it? You felt it's like it boosted your confidence in a way, man. Seeing that you earned it, like, man, I ain't gotta, like, instead of being entitled to it. These kids today, what I mean by entitlement is, I got little nieces and nephews or whatever, man, and you tell them to, that they always ask, like, yeah, can I get this? Can I get this? Yeah, can I get that? Sure, no problem. But it's stuff that need to be done around the house, and you asking for this and that, you feel like you're entitled to it, but it's stuff around the
Hmm.
house, man, that y'all ain't even completed yet. That's why I'm like, man, these teenagers got the got the balls today, man. Because I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. Like, and then when you tell them no, it's like they break into. It's like you told them the worst thing in the world. They go, oh, they ready to get mad and everything, man. Like, man, what's really going on, bro?
I said the same thing earlier, bro. Hold on a second. Bobby said it's a lot of beeping. Bobby, let me know if you hear any beeping noise or anything like that. Well, my brother's in his car, so you might hear some beeping and some noises in the background. We do apologize for that, but my thing is like I said earlier when I was talking just a minute ago, these teenagers don't have a work ethic because they don't have to have a work ethic. Uh,
No, nah, they
they
don't.
don't have to be uh they don't have to put forward the effort anymore. They're basically giving everything and put everything in front of them. And a lot of these parents are the fault with this situation because instead of being a parent and
Yes.
parenting your child
Yes.
on how to have responsibility, because a lot of us, like I said earlier, I was 16 years old with my first job. My first job was landscaping.
Man, hey,
So,
I was 16, bro. I was 16 years old too,
yeah,
man.
I
I
was
about to say, I
16.
just turned 16, bro. My first job was at the
Hmm.
Bears Stadium, Soldier Field. I asked my auntie, I'm about to
Hmm.
say, I asked my auntie how many times was she late for her light bill? Not one time. I was paying bills. Shit, I was paying bills with my first paycheck. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
me
about to say,
too, bro.
I
Like
about to say,
I was buying my school clothes the following year, my J's, all that stuff. Like I was the freshest dude in school, bro.
hey,
But I
me and
was
you, bro.
working the whole summer, so I just stacked my checks, and my checks weren't little checks. My checks was $800-900. That's a lot of money for a 16-year-old back in the
Man, for
day.
real, I'm trying to tell you.
So
I about to say, I remember that first day. I about to say, you've been to Grand Park before. I'm about to say, I don't know if you ever did Lollapalooza before, but man, when
I
I
have done
say,
a Lollapalooza. Yep, I have.
yeah, I'm about to say, man, I did
Mhm.
Lollapalooza down there, bro, at the age of 16. We had to do 16-hour shifts all 3 days, bro. When I tell you, when I got done with my check, bro, when I got done with my check and I seen my check, bro, my shit was my first paycheck from S3 Safety Service Systems was
Mhm.
literally $1,264.
Yes, sir. My check,
At first,
my first
my
check was
actual first
like
paycheck.
950. My very
That's
first
not
one was
bad,
like
bro.
950. But we
That's
got
not
some
bad.
comments. Bobby said guilty. She was talking about how the parents entitle their kids. She said guilty. Christine said, I agree. This generation was raised in an instant gratification, and it's our fault.
Yeah, you don't
Uh,
you and you preach that all the time, bro.
I say that
You
all the
preach
time
that
about
all
instant
the time.
gratification.
Instant
Uh,
gratification.
Christine said, I know better and still got three or four spoiled brats. Listen, I'm gonna be the first to tell you, I'm the first child from my mother and father. I was spoiled rotten. Even as a grown man, I can say I'm still spoiled to an extent because my parents literally will do anything for me. But at the same time, I don't feel as entitled as other children or other kids did back in the day because I did have to work. I did have to go get mine. Like when I turned 18, my father wasn't giving me nothing. My dad was like, "No, you're finna get up and go work. You're a man. Like you got to get out here and earn your stripes." Like
Oh yeah,
you don't just get nothing given to you. This is not how the world works. But now we see these kids, look, this is where these kids be crashing out and they be out here stealing, robbing, doing all these things out here because they're so used to getting whatever they want and entitled into oh, their mom brought them an iPhone when they were 13 years old. What? Like my daughter didn't get an iPhone until she was about
bro. I ain't own, bro. I'm gonna keep it buck with you. I ain't earned my first. I didn't own my first iPhone until I hit, till I became a grown man.
grown man, right? Me too. Yeah,
I about to say I
oh
didn't even
yeah,
know.
yeah, Christine for sure. Shout out to Christine, that's the homie. Um, but yeah, she was saying, and I totally agree with her, and I'm glad that she said this about the instant gratification, Christine. I talk about this often where kids are so instantly gratified by everything that they see and everything that's attached to everything. Like, for example, these kids, I was just saying earlier that these kids could wake up in the morning and start a YouTube channel and have millions of followers by the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, these kids feel like
That's
they're
earned. Okay,
entitled to
that's
things
earning.
because
That's earning.
they're literally making more money than their parents make probably in their lifetime. You know what I'm saying? And it's like these kids have no
Okay, it's a
sense
big
of
difference. Now, if you do,
yeah. Go ahead, bro.
I'm about to say now, far as like YouTubing. Now
Right.
that generate income. I can't
Yeah,
knock
that
nobody.
generate
I'm about to
income.
say
That's
I
not a
can't knock
bad thing.
nobody
That's
for
not
that.
a bad thing. But that's I'm saying in terms of the instant gratification, this is why they don't like if you're sitting at home and you're playing Fortnite and you got millions of people watching you play Fortnite, why would you have any gratification to get up and go find a job? Things have changed. Like
Exactly. When
the
you
the
making money,
internet
when you
has
making money right
taken
there.
the ability to physically get up and go and work and get what you earn. Now you can sit at home and earn
Exactly.
whatever you want.
Exactly. Yeah, that's off YouTube, bro. I'm about to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a big difference. I don't knock no kid that they actually
No, me
generate
neither.
income through
Me
YouTube
neither.
or through social media. I don't knock no kid for that. You're generating income. What I mean by entitlement
Hmm.
is that your parents, I'm about to say, like, say for example, 50 Cent son, 50 Cent son. Now here it is, 50 Cent to set up here and put in $1 million fund, put in $1 million fund for his son. Set him up, I about to say, was setting him up to make him a generation, to make him generational wealth. And he let his mama geek his head up to the point where he felt like his daddy owe him more money. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro, man. I was the same way too, because you know the situation about me and Pops. I didn't meet Pops
Yeah,
until
I was the same.
I
I was
didn't
the
meet Pops
same.
until I was
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
But I did. I'm about to say when I found, I'm about to say, man, my aunties and them was pumping my head. I'm talking about, oh, your daddy got money. I'm about to say, your daddy got money, milk him from everything. And I felt like at that time, bro, I'm keeping real, which I wasn't mature at that time. I was 20 at the time. And I
Hmm.
felt like, I'm like, man, I felt like, man, I'm entitled to it. And that's when I had to really that's when Pops really showed me like who he like the type of man that he was. He was like, man, look, this my and Shaq even said to himself, he said, he's like, I'm financially I'm financially straight, not you. He was like, man, if anything, man, he was like, man, you're not entitled to nothing. You're a grown man now. I'm about to say I
He
did what I had to
literally
do.
had the same
I did what
conversation with me, bro.
I did what I did what I had. He was like, man, I'm sorry for like missing out on half of your life, but he's like, at the same time, though, man, I didn't come back to your life just to pay, just to pay you back. I'm
Hmm.
about to say I didn't understand that at the time, and I got pissed off at him because I'm like, man, how dare you say that up out your mouth? You ain't never been there for me. But then I had to think about it and put two and two together, and I had to literally like sit down and like reevaluate what I said. And
Hmm.
when me and Pops finally had that one on one talking, I understood. I'm like, okay, I don't. Yeah, I'm like, okay, you right. I shouldn't feel entitled for nothing. I wasn't brought up entitled. I'm about to say, so ain't no way.
Ain't
I'm
no
about
way
to
you
say,
should
ain't
feel
no
that way.
way
Yep.
I should feel
Yep.
entitled. Ain't no way I should feel entitled to what you earn. And I'm like, if anything, man, I want to build a relationship with you, man. It's not even about the money no more, bro. I'm about to say, I'm glad me and Pops got a good relationship.
Right.
And
Right.
he let me know to the point like, hey, what you doing? I'm about to say, hey man, that's not how you ask for money, man. If anything, man, I'll be there for you as a father. But like far as like,
Hmm.
give me, just because you asked, nah, it ain't happening. And that's something I had to learn as a grown man,
Hmm.
bro. Like I'm keeping up with
Yeah, bro. No, I don't disagree with you. I had to learn the same thing. He gave me the same pep talk. But
you.
this is what I'm saying by you know this is why I say that some parents enable their kids because if you don't teach your kids financial literacy, which some parents don't know about, totally understand that. But if you don't teach your kid financial literacy, if you don't teach your kid how to do, these kids don't even know how to balance a checkbook, even though you really don't have to do
No,
that too much anymore because you had the internet and different things like that at your disposal that can do that for you. But just simple things like there's gonna be a time in this world, and Goldie even said it in the comments. AI is taking over. There's gonna be a time in this world where
it
everything is
is.
gonna shut down. Computers, internet, all that crap is gonna shut down.
Everything is
What is your
artificial.
kid gonna do to survive? What do they know skill wise to survive? And if they don't know anything and you've
Exactly.
entitled them so much to the point where they can't
Exactly,
survive on
bro.
their own, that's crazy.
No, Exactly, bro, man. And the only way, and I hate to say it, bro, man, the only way they're gonna know how to survive, man, is either they sell drugs, or either watch. Well, and I hate to see it, man, because most of these little girls today, man, most of these little girls I've seen today, man, actually watching everything that they mothers do. So I'm about to say, man, and you know, man, kids today, man, they don't even know how to earn a earn a dollar, bro. They just feel like everything is entitled. They want it quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm about to say, man, and they kind of made me mad yesterday, bro. Like, for example, yesterday, I come in for work. I come in from work and everything. Don't get me wrong. I love my niece and everything, man. I'm about to say, very sweet girl, do anything in the world for her. But, you know, when teenage girls get up in that age, how can how my grandma put, how can my grandma use, how grandmas used to put it? They get the smell in their panties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So, they get up in age, man. They started smelling their panties and whatever. Now, I'm a clean person, bro, man. When I come through the door, I'm clean. I'm cleaning anything I see dirty. I'm cleaning any garbage I seen that need to be taken out. I'm grabbing it. I do that. I did that as a kid. I do that as a grown man. I see anything that's out of place, I'm getting to it.
Yeah.
But when I walk, but when I walked in yesterday, bro, man, and I seen garbage laying around, dishes in the sink and whatever, and I'm like, whoa, hold on. I'm like, wait a minute. Then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna touch them. Then they turned around and asked, you know what, insulted me when she said, Uncle, ain't you gonna clean up? And I'm like, wait, huh? Hold on. Time out, baby. Time out, baby girl.
Hold on, bro. Let
You
me
asked
let me
me.
read. Hold on before you finish. Let me read this comment before you continue. It says, "I would like to add, it's very nice and refreshing to see black men slash dads having these conversations. Good job, guys. Delivery is everything." We had these conversations,
Oh,
Christine.
yeah, we had
Let
these
me tell you,
conversations all the
we have
time.
them often, even just amongst each other. We had these conversations because at the end of the day, I'm considered an elder now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an OG now, as the kids would say. So and even my brother in certain circumstances, he's considered an OG. He a young OG. I'm an OG for real. So my thing is,
Nah, you the
we just try
original
to give.
OG.
Yeah, I'm an original. Mom's is the OG. She triple OG. So the thing is, we just try to give them information. We just try to get these kids information. I'm never one to ever have a kid crash out. I don't believe in letting kids just crash out here. And it's so
Nah,
many
not
of
at
them
all.
that's doing that right now. And we'll get back to the entitlement, but I just wanted to put that out there. Like, we see the babies out here crashing out. We see them going through these life struggles and people not putting game in their ear. One thing I had growing up was I had game put in my ear. And I don't mean game to finesse a female or anything of that nature. I had game put in me called life skills,
We had,
understanding life, understanding who I am as a man.
that's right,
And
bro.
these
Nah, keep
young
it
men
real, bro,
crash
man.
out. Yeah, these
Let's
young
keep it
men
real.
crash out. They don't have
Oh, yeah,
men
let's keep it real, bro,
teaching them
man. We had
anything.
real parents.
Yeah, we have real ones.
Let's keep it real, bro, man.
Christine, you
And
know
nine
my
times
mom.
we had real parents.
Christine, you know my mom.
Go ahead, bro.
You know my mama. She know my mom. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I had real ones around me, man. I had people around me that gave me that information, that gave me that love, that gave me that spark, that gave me that understanding of everything in life, bro. Like, I have young men that I've mentored and said things to and put in their ear, and they're thriving and doing fantastic in life. They got families, they got wives, they got kids, they doing
Oh,
what
yeah.
they got to do in life. But that's how I am as an OG. That's what OGs did for me. My OGs are David, Randy, and Maurice. Those are the dudes that put the game in my ear. My mom put game in my ear. These are things that I was taught and raised with. So I just try to give it back to the youth, whether they listen or not. You can't never say that I didn't put no game in your ear. I have teens calling me auntie, but
Exactly.
more call me sister. Our generation has been raising their kids to be friends. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
I
saying. They
know we
raising their
kind of
kids.
off
I'm
the
about to say,
topic a
man,
little bit, but I'm kind of glad we are. It's kind of off topic, but I'm glad we are. Go ahead, bro.
no, Nah, we on no, it's on top because it got it tight. I'm about to say, man, cause we talking about entitlement and the parenting too. I'm about to say we ain't done, but not like I was saying about my little niece. I walk in the house, she looked at me, she
Mm,
said, "Uncle, ain't you gonna clean up?" And I'm like, wait, huh? Excuse me? I'm like, wait a
mm,
minute. You asked me for McDonald's money. You asked me to go skating.
mm.
I get you in a heartbeat. But you turn around and ask me when you're the kid to clean up, bro. That's why I
Right.
felt like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking in my head, man. That's why I wanted to make it a top. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, so this what it mean. So this what it means to be entitled. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, okay, I get it now. I did it, but at the same time, I was kind of baffled because I'm like, wait a minute. I was about to say, I wish I would have. Ain't no way in hell I could look my grandma in the face and tell her back in the day, hey, grandma, you gonna clean up? Do you know what my grandma would have done before the words clean got out of my mouth? Bro,
Go ahead,
I
bro.
would have been, look, bro, I would not be talking to you today on this podcast today, man, for real. Ain't no way in hell look my
That's
grandma in the face and say, "Grandma, you
but
gonna
that's
clean up?"
exactly what
Oh
I was
hell
saying.
no!
That's
She gonna
exactly what
back
I
in
was
the hell
saying
out your
earlier,
ass.
bro. That's
Well, mother,
exactly what
do
I
this
was
and do
saying
that. You ask
earlier.
me what?
That's exactly what I was saying
Hell yeah,
earlier,
bro.
dude. You cannot,
Oh
and I'm gonna
yeah.
say this to parents right now. If you got young adults, young adult kids, whatever the case is, they living in your house, they laying up, they not doing nothing, they not taking care of their business or handling their business or doing whatever, that is your fault. You enable that. And when you enable that,
Yep.
that in turn turns them into kids that will sit around and do absolutely nothing in the household. And
Exactly. Then the parents
that
be
turns
sitting around
into
talking about,
adults that don't want to work, that don't want to earn, that don't want to make their money. And if they do work, you know what I'm saying? It ain't much. You know what I'm saying? That's
exactly.
entitlement. That's called entitlement. When you enablement and entitlement. When you let your kids just do pretty much whatever they want when they were kids and kind of like, kind of halfway parent and do all these different things, and they grow up to be young
Mm-hmm.
adults that don't want to do anything, that literally has something to do with you because
Oh yeah,
there's
it has
no
a lot. I'm
way.
about to say it has a lot to do with the parenting.
Yeah, I can't sit here in front, bro. Like me moving to my father and being around my father at the age of 18 literally opened my eyes to everything because my father has had to work his whole entire most of his life. He's had to work and earn his way, and now that he's successful, he's able to kick back, do what he want to do, and he's very successful at what he does. But it took him a long time to get there, and I didn't understand that at the time. When I was 18, my father was very hard on me, and he
Oh,
put it in my
he
ear
was with
and
me.
he told me like, son, you might not understand a lot of this stuff that I'm doing right now and a lot of this game that I'm putting on you, and it may sound like I'm putting you down or making you some kind of way. I had to thank him not too long ago and tell him like, Pops, I thank you for that hard teaching and a hard rearing, because if I didn't have that, I would just be out here a 40-some-year-old man trying to shuffle and figure it out if my father didn't give me that. If he didn't put that in my chest, and if he didn't tell me like, son, you're a man. You got to go out here and earn your stripes. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you.
Exactly. Ain't nobody gonna get. Yeah, he
Hold on,
definitely
bro.
right, bro. I'm
I
read the
don't mean to cut
comments.
you off, bro. I wanted to read these comments real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Goldie said, yes, these teens believe that they are entitled because they are given that lane. Dudes be sharing chicks with their sons. Woo! Whoo, Goldie. And they have the
Oh yeah,
idea they on the same level. I'm gonna talk about that in 1 minute. I
yeah.
would have
1
made
minute.
her clean up and watch her do it. My mom
Now the
said,
man, now
her,
mom,
yeah, now that you could have did,
I'm
yeah.
gonna keep it real with you. I wanted to do that, but you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
parents. I'm gonna keep. You know what? This is man gonna
yeah.
podcast. I'm gonna keep it real.
Keep it
When you
G.
got the mama, when you got the
Yep.
mama that's sitting
Yep.
up there telling you all, when they're sitting up there hollering at you, telling you all the time, don't be yelling at my child. I'll discipline my child myself. Go right ahead. And every time, okay, what kills me about the mother situation is you're getting everybody else's ass when they did wrong. When it comes to your child, you wait till days go by and let time progress. And then you want to say something or don't say nothing at all. And
Right.
every time, and this is what I mean by these parents are being friends with their kids. You don't say nothing to your kids when they out of whack. They're gonna feel like they can continue to do it and do it and do it, and even get to the point where they go out in public, they can do it to others. That's a no. What's
That
instilled,
goes right back to the entitlement, bro.
what you instill in your household is how they represent you outside the household. If you don't, I'm about to say, and it pissed me off because I'm like, you not telling her about to clean up and do this and that and that and this, letting go out of one ear, go out the other. You not giving a fuck. That how do you expect her to be the person that she should? How do you expect her to be? How do you expect her to turn out to be when they're 18? And that's when you say that's when the entitlement comes in. That man, like, come on now.
Mm-hmm. That's
Oh
why
yeah,
you
I'm about
got
to say, Mama,
That's why you got disrespectful ass kids walking around here telling their parents, "I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a damn. You ain't this. You ain't that. Blah 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 blah." These are entitled ass kids. These are kids that feel like that the word, they parents owe them something. And I don't blame
yeah,
it
you tell them no.
completely on the parents. I blame a lot of it, but a lot of it when you get to a certain age, one thing I learned is when you get your kids to a certain age, it is no longer your responsibility how they live their life. If they choose to sit there and go in the corner in their drawers and turn in circles, that ain't had nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? That's them.
Exactly.
That's their life. If they want to stand on the corner and turn in circles with their drawers on and that's it, that's all day long, every day, that's their business. But as you're rearing them and raising them and teaching them and putting them, and putting them on tiers and teaching them about life, they have to understand you're the parent, they're the child. There has to be a level of understanding with that because then they grow up to be adults that feel like everything is handed to them. Going back to what Goldie was saying, because I thought that was crazy what she just said. She was saying dudes be sharing chicks with their sons. Wow, that's crazy because that do go on. That goes on often where there's
Oh
men
yeah, they
out
do go
here
off
who share
and
they
thinking they on the same level.
yeah, thinking they on the same level. This is why the young men today don't respect their dads. Why? I can't respect you, dad, if you're sitting here disrespecting moms and calling her out her name and doing all these different things. And how I'm gonna respect you as a man, and you can't even go out here and get a full-time job. You can't even take care of the household. My mama been taking care of me since I was 5 years old. I ain't never seen you with a job, but I seen you in and out of jail. So how I'm gonna respect you? How I'm gonna respect you
Exactly.
if you smacking and you hitting on the same chick? We hitting on the same chick in her 20s. How I'm gonna respect you? What kind of man are
Exactly.
you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What?
This all goes back to the entitlement thing. This all goes back to the thing of parenting, being a parent. Oh, let me read these comments, bro. We got a gang of them.
Go ahead.
Mom said I would have made her. Oh yeah, we read that one. Mom said yes, he did, and your daddy showed you how to be a man, Darius. You too. Darius said that earlier.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Goldie
I'm about to
said.
say that. I'm about to say that's not. I'm about to say that's without a doubt. I'm about to say
Goldie
that. That's
said,
one thing
say
he
it.
did do when he came back into my life.
Yeah, for
Go
sure.
ahead,
And
bro.
I shout out to him, bro. Goldie says, say
Yeah,
it.
definitely shout out to Pop, man.
Mom says, love you back. Goldie said, facts. Mom said, I don't give a F. Whatever her mama taught her, that is the way she is going to be. That's exactly what Darius was just saying. Yeah, I know you in the Bay, Goldie.
Exactly.
I already know how them kids get down in the Bay. I already know how they act. I was one of them kids. I was one of them teenagers. I grew up in San Francisco, California. Shout out. But my thing is, I already know how they rock and roll out there. They hella disrespectful. So, but
Mm-hmm.
what I'm seeing now, because I live in Milwaukee, And what I see now is I see just kids nowadays. They're number one, they're crash outs, and number two, they don't have any type of respect for no one, no authority, mother, father. It don't matter. They don't have any respect. What I've learned
I
is
noticed that.
with kids, and I even said this to my woman: if I ever come across a young man or a young lady that can't respect their mama, that means you can't respect nobody in my eyes.
Not at all. And I about to say I blame. In a way, I blame the parents too, because they always get because
The
nowadays the parents
first
teaching the kids
chicken was
don't
a
let nobody.
hoe. What?
The
What
parents
is she
today
talking
they.
about?
I have no clue, bro. But yeah, I'm
I
about to
don't know
say.
what the hell, Moms. Moms, what is you talking about? Because I don't know what you're talking about. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, man,
I
I'm
don't
about to
know.
say.
These kids
I
just
see it.
they
I see it today with the kids, bro. Like for example, bro, like I see these kids today, man, and the parents will sit up there and teach their kids like, don't let nobody disrespect you. I don't give a fuck if they grown or not. Teachers, for example, and I see it every day down here in Texas, bro, even at home. Now, them teachers are certified teachers. They have their masters, their doctorates. They have done everything across the border to get to where they're at, as a teacher. Ain't no teacher. I'm about to say, okay, well, nobody say. And I'm about to say the same thing my grandma told me when I was younger. Ain't no teacher just gonna call home and tell your parents your child is being disrespectful just to be calling home, just because.
they
Now,
don't
it's
got
something your
time to be
child said,
doing all that, right?
and I see it right now today, bro. These kids get home, man, disrespect their teachers, man. They get home, tell their parents da 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 da. And I'm watching the parents be like, "Hey, yeah, the teacher doing, that's the teacher's fault. The teacher's doing too much." First of all, that's a kid. First of all, that's a kid. That's an adult. Ain't no adult gonna sit up there and lie and tell no story on no kid unless that kid done something very wrong. And I'm seeing these parents today, man, seeing these parents today not even listening to the teacher. They going off what their kids are. They going off what their kids are saying. And when these teachers retaliate and want to press charges because your kids don't know how to close his mouth, keep his hands to himself, then there's well, why didn't nobody
What the?
tell me? They did tell you. They did tell you, but you didn't. But you didn't listen. I'm about to say I'm about to say you got kids. I'm about to say, man, you got kids out here now, bro, man. That like I don't get care if you. I don't get care if you a teenager or a shorty, man. I'm about to say you cuss in front of me or you cuss in front of anything elder, and you don't say I'm sorry behind it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check you.
So I don't know what mom's talking about, but anyway, I totally agree with you, bro. It's just that, like I said, these kids is crash outs, man. I try to give them the game. I try to put stuff in their chest, man, and try to put stuff in their ear. And they don't want to listen. A lot of times, a lot of them probably won't hear it until they grown, and then they be like, "Okay, I understand what you were talking about now," because I
Yeah,
did it
once they
when
put
I
that
was a
belt to
young
their,
man.
once life put that belt to
Um,
their ass.
when I was a young man, you know what I'm saying. I didn't listen either. So that's crazy that these kids
Now that's
nowadays just walk around and they don't respect their parents because the parents don't give them nothing to respect either. Like let's look at the
exactly, bro.
situation. Let's look at it like this. If you're a young person and you out here and you for example, you on YouTube, you got millions of followers, you making money, you paying your parents mortgage, how am I respect you? If I'm paying your bills, how am I going to respect you? What do I have to respect? It's my money. I'm making it. I'm paying your bills. I'm putting you in a luxury house. I'm making you look decent. How can I respect
Nah,
you? A lot of these kids don't respect their parents because these parents don't give them nothing to respect. Yeah, that
you
I
right.
hear
You
what you're
right, bro,
saying,
man.
bro. I hear
I'm
what you're
like, bro,
saying,
I'm keeping
bro.
it real with you. You see, I about to say,
Mm-hmm.
I about to say, my situation, bro, man, about parents. Now, I appreciate my grandma a lot because growing up, man, I always don't get me wrong, I didn't listen, but I listened. I knew right from wrong. I knew I couldn't get this and couldn't get that unless my chores was done. I about to say everything was established. And of course, when I hit, 17, 18 years old, I'm about to say I'm hard headed like a motherfucker. Like I'm keeping real with you, hard headed than a motherfucker. But at the same time, when life found when life finally, tap you on the hand, tap you on the hand and put a belt to your head, then you get old and realize like, damn, I should have realized this when I was, when I was a shorty and whatever. That's why I say, man, it's important to instill all this shit in these kids now. Cause I hate to see the next 10 years from now, bro, man. Like for real. Like I already know we getting old. And these kids now I hate to see the next 10 years from now, man. Cause how I'm looking at it, bro, man, it's getting worse and worse, man. And they don't got enough guys like me and you out here to guide these shorties down the right path. All you got is what you call that? All you got is big bro on the corner. All you got is big bro on the corner telling you everything. And
Uh,
like
Let
my
me read
mama
some of
say,
these comments. I don't
oh,
know
go
what
ahead.
mom's talking about. Uh,
Mom's I'm about to
Lolly
say,
said, I've noticed that some younger ones don't respect their partners, but will respect other real authority, or their parents, but will respect other real authority. That depends on the situation and who the person is.
yep.
Uh, Mom said some of these mothers ain't ish. She said something about begging for money. I don't know what she mean by the begging for money part. I think she was saying some of the mothers be begging for money. But again, um, this goes right back to what it all goes back to what I've been saying since the beginning of the show. It's entitlement, bro. It's the entitlement, it's the ability to not take responsibility, it's the ability to sit there and you
Oh
know
yeah, accountability today. Oh man, look.
yeah, accountability don't exist.
Accountability
It don't
today, man.
exist.
Look, it's everybody's fault but yours today.
Yeah, and like you said, these kids, the parents be talking about, don't say nothing to my kid, that I discipline my kid any kind of way, don't say nothing to my kid. But at the end of the day, I am a firm believer. If your kid disrespectful to me, I'ma disrespect the fuck out your kid. I gives a fuck
Man, for
what you
real,
say
bro, man.
about whether you feel one way or the other about it. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, if I'm getting disrespected by your kid, that whole it's a kid flies out the window with me. I'm finna disrespect the hell out your kid. Cause I feel like respect goes
And they
both
kid,
ways.
hey, bro,
It is never one sided
they
on the street.
thank you. Thank you. Somebody finally said it, bro. And what kills me about the parents today, bro, man, they'll sit up there and be like, my kid, well, don't say nothing to my kid. I'll discipline my kid my damn self. And I'll be watching, man, I've seen some parents watch
Mm-hmm.
their kids argue, argue with another adult. Like, whoa,
Yeah,
wait a minute. Ain't you the
yeah.
parent? Ain't that your place to tell
Ain't
your
that
kid to watch
ain't
your
that
mouth
when
how you
you
talk to
supposed to
your adult?
speak up and say, yeah, yeah.
But now she's sitting up there. I'm about to say they sitting up there letting the kids argue with the adult. Like, first of all, I was here when you got here. I was already damn that grown. Secondly, man, who I'm about to say, you said that's a kid, right? Oh, that's just a kid. Oh, that's just a kid. Kids gonna be kids. Okay, if kids gonna be kids, you need your kids to watch their damn mouth.
Mm.
Because a person like me and you, man, we ain't gonna take no disrespect. And it might get to the point, man, me and the
Listen,
parent might end up fighting. Because first of all, your kid ain't gonna sit up there and disrespect me in front of you and you not saying
no,
nothing.
the
Okay, you
fuck
ain't gonna
your
say
kids
nothing.
won't
I'm going straight. I'm going straight. I'm about to say, man, I'm going straight Bernie Mac. What do you say? I will fuck a kid up. God damn it.
hit you dead in your damn throat. I
Make your
don't
teeth
give a
click, god
damn.
damn it.
If you don't want
I'm a firm
nobody,
believer, bro.
I'll tell a parent straight out. If you don't want nobody saying nothing to your kid, If you don't want nobody
Put their ass in their
disciplining your
place.
kid or telling your kid what to
Put them
do,
in their
you need to
place.
get your kid. Because see, I'm a little bit different. I come from a generation of I got in trouble. It didn't matter if my mama was there or my grandmother was there. Did I get physically hit? No. But did I get told not to do something by another adult and I didn't do it? Absolutely. See,
And
adults, when I was coming up, when an adult told you to do something, you did it. If it was
you better do
detrimental
it.
to you, that's something totally different.
You
You
better
don't
do it.
do it things that somebody is detrimental to you. You don't do that. But if a adult is telling you to do something and it's constructive, then you do what you're
Mm-hmm.
told. You don't sit there and argue with adults and sit there and go back and forth and talk all crazy and tell an adult what you is and what you ain't go do and all this other. Oh, okay, for sure. Cause I'm telling you, I'm a totally different cat, man. You cannot. I don't give a damn if you get mad at me or not. Your kid not gonna talk to me, stupid. That ain't happening.
No, for
I
real.
don't know what
For
generation you
real.
thought this was. You not finna get it from me. Hold on real quick, bro.
For real. Cause they
Uh
gonna feel like, yeah, go ahead, bro. Cause they gonna feel like
Goldie said,
they gonna feel like they disrespect you, and they disrespect you in front of their parents. They gonna feel like this shit. They can disrespect anybody out there on the outside. And what they fail to realize is, them
mm-hmm.
motherfuckers on the outside not gonna treat you different. See,
They not. They
they gonna
not.
argue with you. The
Cause all
motherfuckers
they
on the
gonna do,
outside is gonna put either two things, or either beat your ass physically, or either put a bullet in your ass.
that's a fact.
Yeah, this world is not.
That's a
This world
fact.
is not
But
fair.
if you
This
allow
world is
that,
not fair today.
if you allow your children to disrespect other adults and they won't respect nobody else. I'm gonna tell you where kids get the game fucked up. I'm gonna tell you straight out where they get it fucked up. The kids get the game messed up because they'll sit there and listen to a nigga that's out there selling dope. They'll listen to a nigga that look like he getting money quick or drive a nice car or he get to do it. It look glamorous to them. They'll listen to them. They won't listen
Oh
to
yeah,
a
as long
dude.
as they got that.
They won't listen to dudes like me and you. Why? Because we
Nah,
ain't got
because
it like that.
everything has to have a dollar. I noticed everything today, man, has to have a price tag. Has to have a
Yeah,
price tag
everything
to
got
it.
to have a price
Being
tag to it.
being real, being
Uh,
real, being real, being real. We forgot what I'm about to say. These kids don't even know what being real is no more, man. They feel like you got to have money in your pockets and be that nigga on the corner to be real. No, real comes from right here. Real comes
real
from when you
dudes.
tell the truth and hold yourself
Yep.
accountable. That's real.
Hold on, bro. Let
Don't
me
get
read
me
these
wrong.
comments real quick, bro.
Go
Goldie
ahead, man.
said that's where death come from. That's how the shooting in the town happened. Yeah, because parents is always telling their kids, you ain't got to listen to nobody but me. Keep telling your kid that and see what happened. Miss Thompson said facts. Uh, Miss Thompson said get their ass. Debbie said 100. She said thank you for the stars. Debbie said I always tell my kids they are a reflection of me. Absolutely, just exactly
And
what we
that's
were
what
talking about.
thank you. Somebody finally said it. That's what these
Kids
kids
are a
teenagers
reflection
try to realize today.
of their parent. If you, as a parent, allow your kid to disrespect you in the home, they're going to go out here and disrespect other people. And they're going to go out here and not be productive. Everything that your kid does, says, everything from the time until they get to an adult is a reflection of you as a person. I refuse to go out here in public without saying yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, ma'am, no, sir. Why? Because that's what I was raised. I still feel like my
That's
grandmother
right.
been gone for
That's
years.
right.
I still feel like my grandma will slap the shit out of me if I'm ever disrespectful to grown people. That's why I say yes,
Man,
ma'am, yes,
me too,
sir,
bro.
across the
Me too.
board.
And that rolls
Period.
off the tongue for me. That rolls off the
Yeah,
tongue for
that's
me.
just
Yes, sir, no,
natural.
sir.
But that's the old
Even when
school.
I talk to exactly, even when I talk to my peers, I'll be like, hey, brother, hey, sister. Like, yeah, I'm about to say I'm about to say that just automatically rolls off the tongue of respect because it was instilled to me at a young age, man. You know, my grandma always taught, Well, grandmas was actually grandmas. You know, the grandma 30 and 40 today. But when the grandmas was actually
Facts.
grandmas, bro, man, they
Facts.
had, I'm about to say, man, they'll beat your ass if you, like, for example, you sit up there, man, you say, and you tell an adult, man, they talk, and if a woman call you like, Mr. Darius, and you say, what? And you say, what? Man, your grandma, man, grandma gonna backhand you. You don't say no what. You say, yes, ma'am, or you no, ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm about to say, man, look, she hit me. I'm about to say, man, my grandma had to put me in check for not even saying yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm about to say it rolls off the tongue. I'm about to say, man, it's a matter of respect, man. When you go out in public, man, and you represent yourself with respect and with dignity and act like you got home training, bro, you get respect. You get respect 10 times more.
Across the board.
Nowadays, man, I'm about to say, man, you get respected 10 times more just being respectful than just going out here being disrespectful, trying to be that nigga all the time. And what you say? What Mama say? What Goldie say? We call them fake it to make it, and it's never make it because they got applaud along the way for being fake. That's you know what? That's half of everybody. Like I kid you
Because
not, that's half of everybody on my timeline today. Half of my Facebook timeline of the motherfuckers I even went to school with. That's half my timeline because they got money in their hands now, man. That makes them real, not knowing, man, that they faked in a motherfucker.
bro, let me tell you something. We used to call them back in the day in Cali, we called them busters. We called them posers. We called them the fakest of the fake. Why?
Oh, what the
Because
great mob? Or what the great Mob Deep say? Halfway crooks.
yeah, halfway crooks. Because there's no such thing. You either in it or you
That's
ain't.
halfway.
So my thing
There you
is
go.
these kids literally I've never seen a generation, bro. You know when we was coming up, bro, we used to make fun of the crackhead, bro. We used to make fun of the crackhead. If you was a crackhead, we was making fun of you. We was cracking jokes on you. We was cutting up. We was doing all that towards you.
Oh yeah, I
Now
get. I mean,
the
nowadays, man, you got to
crackhead
get.
is
I'm about to say, man,
celebrated, bro. Snitching is
yes,
cool.
they are.
All that stuff is cool. Like these are
Now,
all
don't get
things
me.
that are cool with these kids now.
Oh yeah.
It's wild, bro. Oh, hold on, we got some more. Kids nowadays don't give a F.
Oh hell
Mom said
no.
my mother slapped me in my mouth at the age of 50.
Oh,
Uh
you told me that story, Mama. I remember that one.
yeah, yeah.
I
She
remember that
yeah,
one.
no lie. Deb said, yes, you did. Grandma did not play. Uh a buster now is a vibra. Don't come in my
Yep.
house late. That's another thing, man. Like but that all goes back to entitlement. That all goes back to the kids being able to do what they want to do and say what they want to say. That's because these parents are lazy. They don't want to parent. They don't want to teach. They don't want to raise. They don't want to do any of these things. And my question
Now
is,
that's
if you don't want to be a parent, then why the hell you lay down, gap your legs open, and let the process
exactly.
be the
There you
process?
go.
Why did you do
There
these
you
things?
go, bro. There you go. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, man. Mama say don't come in my house late. Now that's one thing I did appreciate about my auntie back in the day when my grandma passed
Yeah,
away. My auntie gave me freedom because
yeah,
because I slept under my grandma a lot. My auntie gave me freedom. Now you know when we had them school homecomings and them school dances or whatever, man. My auntie used to let me stay out late because them homecomings used to run to like about 12,
yeah.
1
They used
o'clock
to
in the
run like
morning.
12, 1
But
o'clock. Yep.
my auntie trusted me enough. Like my auntie trusted me enough. Like, and back then, man, it was safe for us to be out late because we always be with a group. We always with a group of our
Yeah.
friends. We all stayed on the same
Yep.
block. We all made sure we got home straight. The kids can't do that today, man. You leave these kids out late today, man. Like you leave these kids out late today, man. Like you literally got to be on their ass because if you leave them out late today, either two things gonna happen: either pregnant or either they gonna end up dead. Because it's so weird and it's so sick out here today. It's so weird. It's so sick out here today, man. That these kids can't even stay out late today. Stay out late today, man. And
They
then
came,
I
bro,
bet.
because it's so much going on in this world. I wouldn't even allow my kid to be out late. I wouldn't even allow my kid to just hang. But see, one thing that I was always taught was, an idle mind is the devil's playground. and nighttime is when the devil is at his most wicked. And when I say this most
Oh yeah.
wicked, that's when a lot of things occur is at nighttime. These kids, uh, how these things go on. This is where a lot of killings and different things with these kids happen because at nighttime they're just allowed to be outside, kicking it, doing whatever they do. I be seeing kids
Exactly.
out
That's not
outside
even
late out here where I'm at like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, why is your kids out this late? Why your kids ain't in the bed or in the house chilling? Like, what are we doing?
exactly. Exactly, bro, man. And I raise a certain concern. I'm a concern. I'm concerned too, man, because the way these kids dress today compared to how we dressed back then, bro. At least we dress like teenagers. These teenagers today dress like adults. And that's another topic. I'm about to say that's another topic I'm gonna get into tomorrow, man. About
Yeah,
these
we'll
sick
get
ass
into
Duke.
that. We'll get into that.
That's another topic. That's another topic I'm gonna leave for tomorrow. But yeah, man, y'all about to
Mhm.
say, man, you gotta be. I'm about to say, man, these kids, like the whole thing about that entitlement, man. Like we gotta bring back letting these kids, man, earn. You gotta let them earn their way. Ain't no more giving them a slap on their hand no more. Ain't no more giving out no handout. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind spoiling a kid, like especially if I know you're a good kid. I don't mind spoiling no kid. Like, don't get me wrong. I have a soft spot for kids. I love kids. Don't
Yeah, I
get me
love
wrong.
kids. Kids are dope.
Don't get me wrong. I got a soft spot for kids, but I'm not one of them type of people when they, hey, can I get this? Can I get that? Nah, hey, yeah, here, sure. No, you gotta earn it with me. You gotta show me some good. You gotta show me some good grades. Ain't no way in here you gonna come in the house with a report card full of L's and you turn around asking me for $30 to go skating. No, hell no,
Hell no,
no.
these kids be coming in
Where
there
the
with
hell?
F's and incompletes and everything else. Talking about, Mom, can I get a PS5? What? PS5
Motherfucker, you
where?
about to be
Check this out. Here go this WD-40. Go get that rust off the damn the shower head for me. That's what you
like, go
do.
clean that, man. Go clean that
Yeah,
bathroom.
go
I'm
clean
like,
that bathroom, bro. I got
matter
a
of fact,
PS5 for you.
you want a PS5? God damn it, I'm about to say, I need my dishes washed. I need that
Right.
bathroom clean. I need them grades to be up. I need all that. But I
Yeah.
literally watch these kids today. I literally watch these kids today, man. I'm about to say, man. Like I said, I got a little niece at home, man. Nephew too. I about to say, I just got through talking. I about to say, I just got through hollering at my little nephew not too long ago, man. My little god sister was telling me like, yeah, man, he been over there acting up, man. We got D's and S on his report card, man. But here it is, she turning right around, buying this boy mics and PS5s and everything, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I about to say, I don't never give up on no kids. But I about to say, but if you as a parent allowing your kid to do that and you keep rewarding him for it, I gotta wash my hands, bro. I don't reward fuck ups. I don't give
Hell
a care if
nah.
that's my kid
Cause
or
then
not.
then you go
I do
entitled
not
the
reward
kid.
fuck ups.
You go entitled the kid to be a world class fuck up. Then they go walk around
So
like,
you
oh, I
know,
could just fuck up out here and I'm gonna get what I want. Hell no, you gonna get a
nah,
hot one
hell
across
no.
your ass,
Hell
or you
no.
gonna get a jail cell with 3 hots in a cot. That's what's gonna
I'm
happen.
trying to tell you, boy, I'm about to say, when they get you inside them jail cells, they're gonna tell you the same thing. Like, man, I wish I did have a mama out there, man, that I could listen to, man, put me in my damn place, man. Y'all bringing y'all ass up in there thinking y'all run this shit, man. Nah, hell no.
Yeah,
What you
hell
say in the
nah, bro. I can't, bro.
what mama
Before we
say?
get out of here though, bro. I got a man gone, man. Of straight foolish epic proportions.
Go
You know
ahead.
the draft. You know the draft was the other day. But
Exactly.
and we'll eventually talk about that eventually at some point. But I want to talk about
Oh
Shannon
yeah.
Sharp real quick, bro. That's my
Here we
man
go.
going right now. First of all, Shannon, you didn't listen to Cat or Monique when they told you, bro, you 50 something years old. Why are you out here gallivanting and kicking it and doing all these things with a 20 something year old young lady? That's a OnlyFans,
Thank you.
whatever. What does she have to offer
Keyword.
you, sir? You're 50. Go sit your behind down nowhere. Like Monique said, get you an old big fat girl. And go sit your
There you go.
booty down. She go cook for you, rub your feet, rub your back, make sure you're straight, pop your bumps on you if you get them. You know what I'm saying? Go get you somebody that love you for you at 50 years old. Why are you chasing 20-year-olds, sir? You're old.
Exactly, man.
They tried to warn him. He
Exactly. I
didn't
agree with you,
listen.
bro.
He didn't want to go. He didn't want to listen to nothing they had to say. Now, from what it's looking like, bro, you finna call for $50 million.
There you go.
What did Chris
And
Tucker
you know
say?
what,
$50 million? Who you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton?
man, for real. And like, what's the
Sir.
name said, bro? Like, how the fuck, like, bro,
Oh,
man, they
damn.
make it so easy to
Damn
find.
stupid. My friend Stu, she said, and the girl seemed like she was slow. It did look like she was a little slow too. It's part of the fad that Ronald Isley. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand these young dudes that be wanting these older dudes that want these young chicks. First of all, ain't no chick in her 20s have a conversation that we can have. She ain't got nothing to talk to me about. First of all, my limit as far as young is 35. I'm almost
And we
40.
gonna, I'm
I'm
about to
almost
say, we gonna get in
45 years
shows.
old. What do
Oh,
I look like hollering at a 20, 21, 22-year-old?
there you
What am I
go.
doing?
Now hold on. If you gonna do, if you gonna do a man gone on whatchamacallit on Shannon Sharp, you might as well do one on Bill Belichick
I
ass
agree.
too.
I'm doing it on all the old dudes that's
Cause
out
I'm about to
here.
say, Bill,
Robert Kraft, Hugh Hefner, all these old cats that was out here with these young gals. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's not enough order. First of all, let me
exactly.
tell you something about black women. Shannon, you in your 50s, bro. There's 50 some odd year old black women out here that are fine and look 20. Angela
Oh
Bassett
yeah.
almost 70 years old, bro, and look like she in her 40s. Stop it. There's no way you can
Shit.
sit up here and want a 20-something. You could have went and got you a 35 to 40-year-old. I'd have been okay with that.
There you go.
Because our frontal lobe
There
is
you go, bro.
developed. You messing with chicks who
There you
frontal
go.
lobe ain't even developed. The right and left side of their brain ain't even working all the way. They still
Hey, you
got
can't.
Play-Doh cap on top of their head, man.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, that's a definite man going for these old dudes trying to get with these young chicks. Don't you? I wish my daughter would.
Hey, don't. I'm about to say you can't leave out the old chicks trying to pursue these young. You
I
pursue
say the
these young
same
niggas too.
thing. I
Look
say
at little
go
baby.
find
Look at little baby Anthony Edwards, baby mama, for example. How old she is? 40.
out of pocket, bro.
Drea Michelle, how old she is, and how old is
Out of
Jalen
pocket,
Green?
bro. Out of
Out
pocket,
of
bro.
pocket. I'm about to say, man, we can't just throw it on the males. Got to throw it
No,
on
we
the
ain't gonna just
females
throw the
too.
men out there. We gonna throw out all you old geezers out here that's
Hold the
throwing
fuck
up
out the way,
you
man.
old ladies out here that's throwing that Methuselah kitty on these young men, and you old dudes that keep giving these young girls worms because y'all out here wanting to gallivant and be with these young chicks. Stop it, man. Go be with somebody your age. And if you're gonna mess with a young chick, let her be in her about 35 to 40 years old. If you
Make
older,
sure she, make sure she's mature. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro,
that's
man. You got.
wild.
I'm about to say, man, that is wild, man. I'm about to say, make sure she's mature and everything is on point, man. Cause you just going off of looks. You just going off of looks and glamour, man. That's why y'all let to be getting caught up a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And I,
saying. That's why they get in so much trouble because they sit here. What it is that these young older men are missing something from their lives previously or whatever the case is. Shannon, in my personal opinion, Shannon Sharp did what he did because Clearly, he wasn't getting them. I ain't gonna say he wasn't getting them because he was an NFL player, so I know they was knocking down his door. So he had plenty of money. What the thing is with Shannon is he's never been married. He has children out of wedlock. You've never settled down with a woman, bro. Like you're 50. When are you gonna like when? Like what is the problem? That's why women nowadays,
That's what,
especially black women, are like these black men don't want to settle down until they old and decrepit and got arthritis in their knees. What?
exactly. Exactly,
Like
bro,
that's
man. I about to
wild.
say, man, I about to say, man, I love to continue this topic, man. We got to go ahead and
Yeah,
get
we
up
got
out
to
of
get
here,
up
man.
out of here, man. But yeah, I had to shout out Shannon Sharp on that. That's a Superman
Oh
gone.
yeah,
You wild for that, bro. You wild. You's a wild boy.
man. Shannon Sharp, man, you need to get the fuck on with that shit,
Yeah,
man. You
go
definitely
ahead,
right about
bro.
that one, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, man. But yeah, man, want to thank everybody, man. We need to go. Want to go ahead and thank everybody for tuning into the Man Gone podcast today. We will be back on tomorrow at 3:30. I'm about to say with a better. I'm about to say with a different topic. I'm about to say I'm about to say I definitely thank y'all for tuning in today. My bad, we came in late today. You know, I had to work at 3 o'clock, so we had to start a little bit late today. My apologies, but I appreciate everybody for coming in. Shout out to Big Sis on the cuffs, man. Y'all need y'all cuffs
Oh yeah,
done.
yeah. Right quick, right
And y'all
quick.
need y'all cuffs. Y'all need y'all cuffs done, man. Make sure y'all hit Miss Lady Johnson up on
Holla at
Facebook,
her.
man.
Holla
About to
at
say,
her.
man, sister fool on them cuffs, man. Shout out to
Facts.
Raymond Ray. Shout out to Raymond Ray Beast too, man. Shout out to Love Peter. Definitely shout out to them too. Definitely shout out to Matrix, man. We still waiting on you, man, to do that
Yeah, we
podcast,
waiting
man.
on you, brother.
No, I find that kind of funny. He don't even tune in like that no more, bro, man. We gonna leave that for
We
another
gonna talk
topic.
to
But
him
yeah,
about that.
man.
We gonna have to holler at him.
Oh yeah, man. But yeah, man, we want to thank everybody for tuning in today, man. Peace and love to everybody, man. And as we always say, man, gone.